Hey guys, it's Sabrina. I am here to do my July wrap-up. I read a decent amount of books this month, so I'm pretty excited to share them with you. So the first book that I read this month was a reread for me, and that was Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. And I read this on my Nook like 3 years ago, I want to say, and I absolutely loved it. I went and rented the movie after that, and the movie definitely wasn't anywhere near as good, but I loved the book, and I just wanted to start myself off with something because I was kind of in like a slight reading funk, and I didn't really know what I wanted to read before the Booktube-a-Thon, so I went ahead and picked this up, and I actually didn't end up reading the physical copy. I just reread it on my Nook again, because this edition was just so nice, and I didn't want to like crease it or anything, and I read it a lot at work on my lunch hour, so I didn't want to get food on it or anything like that, so yeah. The next book I read was another reread for me, and this was Eleanor Park by Rainbow Rowell, and I wanted to reread this because I wanted to post a review on my blog, which I did like 2 weeks ago, so check out my blog. It's bellsbookshelf6 .blogspot.com. I will leave a link down below for my blog. I just started it a few weeks ago, and I have a few posts up, and I really appreciate it if you guys check it out. I'll be posting book-related things on there, like book hauls, like more in-depth book reviews, and any conversations pretty much about books, so definitely check it out. But yeah, I read Eleanor Park, gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved everything about this book but the ending. And for Water for Elephants, I also gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I reviewed both of these on Goodreads, so you can check that out there. So next, I believe it was Booktube-a-Thon time thing. I can't remember if I read anything else in between then. But the first book I read for Booktube-a-Thon was The Diviners by Libba Bray, and this came in at well over 500 pages. Let me check. Yeah, it was almost 600 pages. Yeah. It was almost 600 pages, and I loved the news article that's in the back, and I just love this cover. I mean, it's so gorgeous. Oh, so I really, really enjoyed this book more than I thought I was going to. I was totally into this kind of stuff, and I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars, and if you would like to see a review on the blog or on here, just let me know. Because I really, really enjoyed this book. It was really good. I might want to reread it again if I repost another. I might want to reread it if I end up posting a review on it, because I read so many more books after it, it's not really that fresh in my mind. So the next book that I read for Booktube-a-Thon, or attempted to read, was The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Now, I did not know that there was an issue with the original, my hair is doing something weird. Stop that. I didn't know that there was an issue with the originally released exclusive collector's edition by Barnes & Noble. And I got this the day it came out. Like, I was like, I need to have this. And it has the nice signature on it, if you can see. There you go. You can kind of see it. Imprinted in the book. Can you see it right up there? So I was so excited, and I purchased this when it first came out, so I think it was the beginning of 2013, and I hadn't tried to read it to even notice. So I was reading it, I got to page 10 of the book, and if you can see, the Q&A is listed in the middle of the book. So there was supposed to be an exclusive like question and answer interview with John Green at the end of the book, but for some reason it was printed in the middle of the book and printed throughout the book. So I found it very distracting to try to read around it, so I just gave up. It was very distracting. I'm going to keep this edition. I don't have my receipt for this anymore, and like I said, I got this months ago. But I'm going to keep this edition, and I'm just going to go out and purchase another edition. I mean, this is a really nice collector's edition, and even though it has a mess up in there, maybe it will be worth twice as much one day. You never know. You never know. Plus, I like it. It's a piece of literature I have on my shelf that has a story, so there you go. The next book that I read was for my complete a series challenge. So the Diviners was the read a book over 500 pages. So I completed that challenge. And then it was finish a series. And I chose to read Delirium. And then I went on to Pandemonium. And then Requiem. So I read all three straight shot, like all in a row. They were the first time that I read them, and I really, really enjoyed them. So I was really happy about that. And then, which I'll be doing a review on the whole entire series pretty soon, so look forward to that. I don't want to really give many thoughts on it because I don't want to ruin that. So the next book that I read was an ebook, and it was In Time by Alexandra Brecken, and that is the author of The Darkest Minds, which is my #1 favorite book of 2013 so far. Absolutely adored that book, love that book. So I really, really enjoyed In Time, which is a novella. It's pretty short, it's less than 100 pages because it's a novella, but I loved it, gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It gives you a different perspective on the story and on the world and on what's going on. So I really, really enjoyed it. So I used an ebook instead of listening to an audiobook because I can't retain information when I hear it. Like, I need to physically read it. So I didn't want to do an audiobook. So I said I was going to do an ebook, but I was going to do a different ebook. But then as soon as I found out that In Time came out, I'm like, I have to read this. Like, there's just no way around it. So I decided to read that. So that counted for another one of my personal challenges. Then the next book I read was The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and this took off 2 challenges for me, which was read a classic and reread a book. So I've read The Great Gatsby like 3 or 4 times in my life. The first time was in high school for school, and then I read it again in college, and then I read it again, I think this would have been the 3rd time, but I really enjoyed it. I still haven't seen the movie yet, and this, obviously you can tell, is the movie tie-in cover, which I still like. I like I don't know, I like it. Plus it's got Leonardo DiCaprio on it. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, can you? So yeah, and Tobey Maguire. He's over there. He's a hottie too. So I like the movie cover, and I mean, the normal cover isn't, and all the other editions I've seen, isn't really that special anyway, not that pretty, so I don't feel like I'm really missing out on anything. So, this was 2 challenges. So we'll count that as 1, 2. So then, complete a book over 500 pages, 3. Finish a series, 4. Read an audio / ebook for me is 5. And then it was read a book that's been on your shelf forever that you wanted to read, and that was supposed to be The Fault in Our Stars by John Green for me, but I didn't pick another one to read. I just felt kind of let down that I couldn't read this one, and I said that I wanted to pick up another one, but I didn't get around to it. So then the last challenge was, I think, read 300 pages a day. Am I forgetting one? I feel like I'm forgetting one. Am I forgetting one? Let me know in the comments down below if I'm forgetting one. Because it was audiobook, 300 pages a day, classic, reread a book over 500 pages, finish a series. Wait, I gotta start over. Read a book that's been on your shelf forever, 300 pages a day. Complete a series, a book over 500 pages, reread a book, read a classic, audiobook. Okay, no, I got them all. Okay, so the only one that I did not do was the read a book that's been on your shelf forever. So, I mean, Delirium's been on my shelf forever, so that kind of counts. Maybe I secretly did complete all the challenges. I don't know. I think I did. It doesn't matter. I'm still really happy with what I accomplished. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I read 9 books this month. I've definitely done better. I've definitely done worse. I'm happy with it. It's the best reading month that I've had since like March or February, so I'm totally okay with that. Let me know down below what you read this month and if you'd like to see a review on anything. And don't forget to check out my blog, bellsbookshelf6.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.